This is the Sakar Murli of the 16th of February 2024. Essence: Sweet children, you now have to become bodiless and return home. Therefore, whenever you speak to anyone, consider yourself to be a soul speaking to your brother soul. Make effort to remain soul conscious. Question: what is the basis of claiming a tilak of your future sovereignty? Answer: how you study. Each one of you has to study and claim the tilak of sovereignty. The Father has the duty to teach you. There is no question of blessings in this. If you have full faith, then continue to follow Srimat. Don't become careless. If you have a conflict of opinion and stop studying, you will fail. Therefore, Baba says, sweet children, have mercy on yourselves. You mustn't ask for blessings, but you must pay attention to studying. Om Shanti. The Supreme Teacher is teaching you children. You children know that the Supreme Father is the Father and also the Teacher. He teaches you things that no one else can teach you. You say that Shivbaba is teaching you. That Baba does not belong to just one person. He explains to you the meaning of man above and Madhajij above. Remember me. You children have now become sensible. The Unlimited Father says you have the inheritance anyway. You must never forget this. The Father is speaking to you souls. You are now living beings. The Unlimited Father is incorporeal. You know that he is teaching us through this body. You would not think this about anyone else. When a teacher is teaching in a school, it is said that a worldly teacher is teaching worldly children. That one is the Paralokhic Supreme Teacher who is teaching you Paralokhic children. You are residents of the world beyond the incorporeal world. The Father also resides in the world beyond. The Father says, I am the resident of the land of peace, and you too are the residents of that place. Both you and I are residents of the same place. You consider yourselves to be souls. I am the Supreme Soul. You are now playing your parts here. While playing your parts, you have now become impure. This is an unlimited stage on which this play is performed. This whole world is the field of action, and the play is being performed on it. Only you know that this is an unlimited play. There is day and night in this too. The sun and moon give unlimited light. This is a matter of the unlimited. You also have this knowledge at this time. The Creator himself comes and gives you the introduction of the Creator and the beginning, middle and end of creation. The Father says, I have come to tell you the secrets of the beginning, middle and end of creation. This is a school. The one who is teaching you is a bhakta, beyond the effect of experience. No one else would say, I am a bhakta. In Ahmedabad, a sage used to say this, but he was later caught cheating. At this time there is a lot of cheating. There are many who have adopted different costumes. That one doesn't have a costume. People think that Sri Krishna spoke the Gita. Therefore so many people have now become Sri Krishna. There cannot be so many Sri Krishnas. Shivbaba comes here and teaches you. He speaks to you souls. You have been repeatedly told, consider yourselves to be souls and relate this knowledge to your brothers. It should be in your intellects that you are giving Baba's knowledge to your brothers. Both males and females are brothers. This is why the Father says, all of you have a right to the inheritance from me. Generally, females do not receive an inheritance because they have to go to their in-laws. Here, all are souls. You have to return home bodiless. The jewels of knowledge that you receive now become imperishable jewels. It is you souls that become oceans of knowledge. It is the souls that do everything. However, because people have body consciousness, they do not become soul conscious. You now have to become soul conscious and remember the one Father. Some effort is required. People remember their worldly gurus so much. They even keep images of them. There is a big difference between the image of Shiva and the image of a human being. There is the difference of day and night. Those people wear a locket with a picture of their guru. Their husbands don't like it when they wear a portrait of someone else. Yes, if you wear an image of Shiva, everyone will like that, because he is the Supreme Father. You should have his image. He is the one who makes you into a garland around his neck. You will become a pearl, a bead of the rosary of Rudra. In fact, the whole world belongs to the rosary of Rudra, and there is also the rosary of Prajapita Brahma. Up above there is the genealogical tree. This is a limited genealogical tree, and that one is an unlimited one. There is a rosary of all human beings. A soul is the tiniest point of all. It is an extremely tiny point. Continue to count the points and they will be countless. You would even become tired in counting them. However, look how small the tree of souls is. The Brahma element exists in a very tiny space. Those souls then come here to play their parts. So the world here is so big and complicated. They travel to other places by aeroplanes. There is no need for aeroplanes, etc. There is just a small tree of souls. Here the tree of human beings is so big. All of them are children of Prajapita Brahma, who is called Adam by some people and Adidev by others. There are definitely males and females. Yours is the family path. There cannot be a play on the path of isolation. What would happen with just one hand? Both wheels are needed. If there are two, they can race with one another. If the second wheel does not accompany the first one becomes slack. However, you must not stop because of one. At first there was the pure family path, and it then became impure. You continued to fall. You have all of this knowledge in your intellects, and how this tree grows, and how additions continue to take place. No one else can make such a tree. No one has the knowledge of the Creator, or the beginning, the middle and the end of creation in his intellect. This is why Baba has said, "Write that you have received the final knowledge of the Creator and creation from the Creator." Those people neither know the Creator nor the creation. If this knowledge had continued from time immemorial, someone should have been able to give it to you. No one, apart from you Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris, can give this knowledge. You know that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, only teaches you Brahmins. We Brahmins have the highest religion of all. You definitely have to show them the pictures. Nothing can sit in their intellects without the pictures. There should be very big pictures. It has also been explained to you how the tree of the variety of religions grows. Previously, they used to say that each soul is the Supreme Soul, and that the Supreme Soul is in each soul. The Father has now also told you the meaning of that. At this time, you are Brahmins, and you will then become deities in the new world. We are now at the most auspicious confluence age. That is, this is the confluence age for becoming the most elevated human beings. You can explain the meaning of the Creator and creation and the meaning of Hum So. Om means I am first the soul and then there is the body. The soul is imperishable and this body is perishable. We adopt these bodies and play our parts. This is called being soul-conscious. I, this soul, am playing such and such a wonderful part. I, this soul, am doing this. I, this soul, am a child of the Supreme Soul. This knowledge is so wonderful. Only the Father has this knowledge, and this is why you only call out to the Father. The Father is the ocean of knowledge. Compared to that, there is the ocean of ignorance. For half a cycle there is this knowledge, and for half a cycle there is ignorance. No one knows about this knowledge. Knowledge means to know the creation from the Creator. So surely the Creator would have this knowledge. That is why he is called the Creator. People think that the Creator created this creation. The Father explains, this play is eternally predestined. They say, O Purifier, come. So how could he be called the Creator? He could only be called the Creator if he created it after annihilation. The Father makes the impure world pure. So only you, sweetest children, know the beginning, middle and end of the world tree. Just as a gardener knows every seed and tree, and on his seeing a seed, the whole tree enters his intellect. So he is the seed of humanity. No one knows him. It is said, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the seed of the world. He is the truth, the living being, and the embodiment of bliss, the ocean of happiness, peace and purity. You know that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is giving you all of this knowledge through this body. So he would surely have to come here. How could he make impure ones pure through inspiration? Therefore, the Father comes here, purifies everyone, and takes them back home. That Father is teaching you this lesson. This is the most auspicious confluence age. can give a lecture on how a human being can become elevated, and Sato-Pradhan from Tamo-Pradhan. You have many topics. It is worth understanding how this impure and Tamo-Pradhan world becomes Sato-Pradhan. As you make further progress, people will listen to this knowledge of yours. Even though they might leave it, they will come back, because there is only the one shop for liberation and salvation. You can say, the bestower of salvation for all is only the one Father. He is called Shri Shri. The most elevated of all is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. He is making us elevated. The Golden Age is elevated, and the Iron Age is corrupt. They say that there is a lot of corruption, but they don't consider themselves to be like that. In the impure world, not a single being is elevated. When Shri Shri comes, he can make you Shri. The deities had the title Shri at the beginning of the Golden Age. Here they call everyone Shri Shri. In fact, Shri is a word of purity. Those of other religions don't call themselves Shri. Would you say Shri Pope? Here they call everyone Shri. There is a vast difference between swans who pick up pearls and storks who eat rubbish. There is a difference. Those deities are flowers. That is the garden of Allah. The Father is making you into flowers. There is variety in flowers. The best flower is the king flower. Lakshmi and Narayan would be called the king and queen flowers of the new world. You children should have internal happiness. You don't have to do anything external here. There has been a meaning to igniting these lights, etc. Should you ignite them on Shiv Jayanti or on Diwali? People invoke Lakshmi at Diwali and ask her for money, even though it is Shiva, the innocent treasurer, who is the one who fills your treasury. You know that your unending treasury becomes filled by shivbaba. These jewels of knowledge are wealth. There too you have a lot of wealth. You will become prosperous in the new world. In the Golden Age there are so many jewels and diamonds. Then there will be the same ones again. People become confused and wonder where more of that would come from when all of it has finished. The mines will be empty and the mountains will have fallen. So how could they become the same again? Tell them, history repeats. Whatever existed before will repeat. You children are making effort to become the masters of heaven. The history and geography of heaven will repeat. It says in the song, you gave us the whole world, the earth, sea and sky, and no one could snatch that away from us. In comparison, what is there now? People continue to fight over land, water and languages. The birthday of Baba, the creator of heaven, is celebrated. He must definitely have given you the sovereignty of heaven. The Father is now teaching you. You have to become detached from the name and form of this body and consider yourselves to be souls. You either have to become pure with the power of yoga or by punishment. In that case, your status would be reduced. It is in the intellects of students how much status they will receive and how their teacher has taught them that much. Then they even give a gift to their teacher. Here, the Father is making you into the masters of the world, and so you continue to remember him on the path of devotion. However, what gift would you give to the Father? Whatever you see here will not remain. This is a dirty old world, and this is why you call out to me. The Father is making you pure from impure. You should remember this play. I have the knowledge of the beginning, middle and end of creation which I tell you. You listen to it and then you forget it. The cycle will end after 5,000 years. Your parts are so lovely. You become Satopritan and lovely. You are then the ones who also become Tamopritan. You are the ones who call out, O Baba, come. I have now come. If you have faith, you should follow Srimat. You must not become careless. When some children have a conflict of opinion, they stop studying. If you don't follow Srimat and do not study, you become those who fail. The Father says, have mercy for yourselves. Each one of you has to study and give yourself a tilak of sovereignty. The Father has the duty to teach you. There is no question of blessings in this. If that were the case, he would have to give blessings to everyone. It is on the path of devotion that they ask for mercy, etc. That doesn't apply here. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dana. 1. While living at home with your families, race amongst yourselves. However, if one wheel becomes slack due to any reason, you mustn't stop because of that one. Become worthy of giving yourself a tilak of sovereignty. 2. Celebrate Shiv Jayanti with a lot of splendour, because it is with the jewels of knowledge that shivbaba gives you now that you will become prosperous in the new world. All of your treasure stores will become full. Blessing. May you be a detached observer and find a solution to every problem by taking power from the Father. You children know that only after extreme circumstances will the end come. There will be every type of upheaval in its extreme. There will be conflicts in families, many problems in your minds, and financial crisis. However, the Father is responsible for those who are the Father's honest companions. At such a time, keep your mind with the Father, and you will then be able to overcome everything with your power of decision-making. Become a detached observer and take the Father's power, and you will easily be able to overcome all situations. Slogan. Now put aside all your supports and prepare to return home. Om Shanti.